This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a
Welcome to
tower.
Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and today we're speaking with Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group Financial Services, Inc. Now, Jim's words of wisdom have appeared in the Financial Times, also in the National Post, the Province, Business in Vancouver, as well as the Vancouver Sun. And Jim has also appeared on the City TV morning show and the Czech TV series Family Matters with Judge Harvey Brownstone, speaking on wills and estates, as well as family finances and divorce. So, Jim, you actually work in a number of areas that I might not normally associate with my financial planner. Things like divorce issues, issues around family business, issues around wills and estate planning. Why do you believe this helps you or your clients? It sounds like you could be one of Vancouver's best kept secrets.
Well, Joanne, my core business is financial planning, okay? And I think to do financial planning well, Joanne, you need a good understanding of what's going on in people's lives and an awareness of areas that may represent risk or areas that may need attention from other professionals. It's not just about the investments. It's not just about insurance. It's about the elements that make up a person's a daily life that could impact them in ways that they're not even aware of.
And I think it's also about the team that supports the advisor. You've mentioned several times that you are supported by a wonderful team. What can you tell us about them?
Okay, I'm going to gush a little bit here, okay? But I'm really proud of my team. And I couldn't do all of this all by myself, okay? I've got Amber. She's my administrative assistant. She's got 22 years of industry experience, and it shows. And then I've got Paige. She's my marketing assistant. She helps maintain the existing client relationships that we have, as well as with allied professionals. Okay, and she helps forge new ones. And then I have our in-house professionals. We have an insurance specialist and a mortgage specialist and a securities specialist. All are in our office. In addition to that, I've got a support team. With head office specialists in Winnipeg, and they provide help in areas of tax, estate planning, and other unique needs. This support system speaks volumes to the strength of Investors Group. And now that I think about it, it's one of those things that probably attracted me to join Investors Group. And of course, I also have a deep Rolodex of professional contacts that I've worked with over the years, experts in their fields that can add real value to client relationships.
Well, it sounds like a great group. So, Jim, I know your practice focuses on helping women investors, female investors. In your experience, what are some of the unique retirement planning challenges that women face? And is financial planning really that different for women as opposed to men?
Short answer, yes. Okay. Yes, I do believe that financial planning is different for women. Now, if we're talking about the principles that apply, okay, to sound planning, they're the same regardless of the gender or stage of life. It's the challenges and opportunities you face in putting these principles into action that tend to be different for women.
Can we explore some of those challenges and considerations? Can you give us some examples?
Well, certainly. The 2014 census data suggests women on average live longer than men by about 5 to 7 years. Okay? And it's no stretch to suggest that they'll need more money and that they're going to be relying on it longer. Add to this the fact that many women take time off to raise a family or care for an aging parent or loved one, and they're more likely to have part-time work. And this is going to be limiting a private pension or retirement savings contributions or even CPP entitlements. Put it all together, and the facts translate into significant challenges facing women looking to build their retirement savings or pension benefits. This is why planning is so essential.
Well, it sounds really true. I think it's pretty safe to say that for a number of our female listeners, there is some discomfort around making financial decisions. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when those decisions can have lasting impact.
Money matters can be uncomfortable for both genders. Okay, everyone wants to be listened to, and they want to have their wishes respected. Okay, yet I have a sense that a number of women would prefer to see their advisors doing a better job. Planning around money and retirement savings needs to be a high priority, or needs to be held in high priority. But finding the time can be a challenge for busy people. Equally challenging, especially for women, can be the tendency to put the needs of their family or others before caring for their own situation.
Oh, that's classic. So last show we talked about a growing concern, how adult children are causing parents to revisit their own retirement plans, with a number of us as parents dipping into our own retirement resources to help out the kids. But you have a cautionary note about that, don't you?
You know, while parents might feel good about dipping into their own retirement savings to help, this choice can make for difficult decisions down the road. At a time when many boomers and seniors are short on retirement resources they'll need to support themselves.
Financially comfortable parents often feel that they're actually in a position to give their kids a leg up in life. They've worked hard, times have changed since they were young, and it's harder now and more expensive. So what do you say to these parents that want to help out the kids?
The challenge for many parents approaching or already in retirement is that they don't know where they stand financially. They haven't done the comprehensive financial planning to factor in the greater chance that they'll live longer and how much they can safely withdraw to ensure that they won't run out of money during their lifetimes.
I'm sure it's tricky convincing clients of the urgency to do some long-term planning, especially when it involves making choices and limiting options. So how can you actually help them reframe this perspective?
Listen, Joanne, if we can adjust the mindset to one of being unemployed for 30 years or more, the need to cover lifestyle expenses for decades without a job, suddenly this becomes an issue to be addressed with urgency.
And if they don't see financial planning as urgent, that's going to be one tough conversation, trying to tell parents or clients to cut back on their financial help to their adult kids and grandkids.
You know, when we speak to clients and they tell us they thought their children would be more financially independent by the time they retired, I feel their message. If they can be shown that by helping the kids, that they risk them finding themselves needing support from their kids at some point in the future towards the end of their lives, this tends to hit home and affords us an opportunity to help them make some informed choices and possibly create better outcomes.
Sort of like turning the tables. If you're helping your kids out now and hoping the kids get financially secure, that the kids can help out the parents later in life.
That's a scary spot.
I've heard it a lot, actually. So what I think I'm hearing in this whole scenario is it's really important to do all of that planning now, to know where you stand financially, to be able to determine what you can afford to give without undermining your own financial needs.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not uncommon that we see a number of people reluctant to accept the need to plan for their future needs. However, working with your spouse or partner to have a common front on how much you can afford to spend when it comes to helping and the reasons why you're helping, this is great planning. And this is where working with an advisor can make all the difference.
As an advisor who has a lot of experience working with financially comfortable families, what are some tips that you could actually share with parents now who are looking for ways to help out their adult children?
If you walk away with nothing remembered from today, okay, it's incredibly beneficial to begin discussing money and budgeting while the children are young so that they grow with a realistic expectation of understanding the cost of financial independence.
So you're saying you just simply start with the conversation. Well, I don't think a lot of parents know where to start or how to start. This is a really uncomfortable situation for them.
Well, this is where I think financial advisors should be encouraging or facilitating these conversations amongst family members, starting with even something as simple as instilling knowledge in their children between wants and needs.
I think that's great for children or teenagers, but what about adult kids?
Now, if parents are comfortable with this, invite the adult child to a meeting with their parents, and it should be clear ahead of time that things like the parents' salaries, the size of their portfolio won't be revealed. You could use this meeting as an opportunity to discuss the financial impact the adult child is having on the parents. I'm not sure many of them have an appreciation of just how asking for money affects their parents' finances.
And you're saying that you can actually help them have this conversation.
I'd like to try.
You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and today we're speaking with JimDoyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. Confidence in your own financial situation and understanding your option goes a long way to helping create a better outcome. If you'd like to learn more about JimDoyle or you have any questions about what we are discussing today, and you could actually find out how he helps financially comfortable Canadians. It can be as easy as giving him a phone call. Here's the number, 604-682-5431. And this conversation will continue. Have you achieved your financial milestones yet? It starts with confidence, and Jim will show us how to get started. That's coming up next on Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.